Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for the 24th of October. Psych! What's new in the shop today?
It's cold in Reno today. Right?
It's cold in Reno today.
It is cold in Reno today.
Do you want me to clean my glasses for
No,
you?
I don't have time for that. Because I gotta be able to look. Okay, I did not put up Digital Dealer yet because I don't think I got all the information yet. I did get, so I'm trying to understand how the whole Digital Dealer for 2025 is working. And I think we're going to be kitting the fabric. There's going to be a fabric kit because was sent some stuff. And so there'll be a fabric kit that you'll get. And I'm like, do they get it all at once? I think we'll send you the whole kit all at once. We got to get cutting. And then I think each month you'll get a design. But I think you get the fabric all at once. And I don't know if like the background quilting is going to be part of it, or you have to get it in its extra. So it's not up yet because I still had some questions. And then also they have the new demo days. So that came out, and it's going to be a design that's going to go onto those like leathery totes. So it's not that I wasn't working on it last night. I just didn't have all the information to put out to you, but we will. So we'll get all of that out to you. I think we're good with our sew-alongs. I think that stuff is all put up there. And just remember, if you're waiting for Janine Babbage, I had to order more designs, and we had to cut more kits. And so that stuff should all be ready to ship out on Tuesday or Wednesday, middle of next week. So just we have plenty of time. I like spaced it out so we'd have plenty of time to get that to you. If you're going to do this sew along, this is, I think, the next sew along that's going to be happening. And this is the
describe.
Every time I describe stuff now, I think of you making fun of me.
And then it's like this, not like this, because the mushrooms got to be up.
Oh, did I have it upside
We're
down?
calling it Trippy Halloween and Thanksgiving.
I am not calling it that.
Yeah, it's got shrooms.
Patrick, I'm not calling it. Stop. Okay, ignore him. This is just a really nice fall. This is a fall placemat.
Come on, they were all children of the 60s.
Oh my God.
We know what you guys were up to.
Ignore him. Okay, this is your fall placemat. So what you're going to need, and the reason I'm showing that to you right now, because that is happening, I think it's on the calendar for November 6th. So if you want to do it and you don't have this, get it now so that we can ship it to you and you can have it in time for the sew along. And then you can just pair it with like a fat quarter bundle or a jelly roll.
It's actually really pretty.
It's really pretty. This is a Moda fabric. And then I remember when the Moda, my rep came in and showed it to me and I was like, that's really pretty. Should I get that? And then I didn't. And then I went to order it and everything's like sold out. But just grab a jelly roll. I think this stuff is the easiest with like a jelly roll. Everything's coordinated. Don't have to think. You do need something a little bit bigger for the center and for the back. And then I take my jelly roll and like miter it and just sew like long strips of binding. It's already done. It's already cut 2.5 inches. But get this if you haven't got it yet, and that way you can participate in the sew along with Miss Karen.
Wait, is there a fabric? Is the fabric kit these fabrics?
There is a collection. A fabric collection. I don't even know what it's called, but it would be something fall and it would be this year. But this will make 6 placemats. So get 2 if you have like a big family. And that way we can get it to you in time. Da, 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 da.
We see Rollo probably once a week.
What are you talking about?
Betty asked if anybody's heard from Rolo.
We do see Rolo. Been a while since they have been on. Yeah, and sometimes they watch it later, I think. All right, I put a note here so I wouldn't forget. I put it on the computer. Quilt Talk. Quilt Talk was supposed to happen today. It's happening next week. Michelle Burrett had a cold and didn't want to come in and be a spreader. Thank you, Michelle Burrett. So it's been moved to the 30th. It's up on the calendar. I think it's up on, it should be up on our store calendar as well. 10:30. The topic is going to be anatomy of the quilt, because I think she talks to people like me and she goes, oh, some people just don't know what the different parts of your quilt are called.
You're like, that's the right side. That's the left side.
Well, there's sashing, there's borders, and like I didn't know the difference between like what's the difference between sashing and borders. Well, I know a border, but like, is it sometimes a sashing? Like, so anyways, they're going to talk to you about the anatomy of a quilt so you know what all the parts are actually called. And then nesting seams, because I know sometimes like I'll have a where it all comes together and it's thick in your quilt. So she'll talk to you about how to nest your seam so it can be as flat as possible. So that is going to be next Wednesday, and that's going to be with Michelle and Gail Cram. So they'll be here next week. Good morning. Is there anything I'm missing?
Krista says she hasn't heard from you regarding Janine Babbage stuff.
Okay, putting it here, and we'll reach out to you about that. All right. This is your time to be like, you haven't called me yet, Jeannie. And then I can go,
So she also asks, if she signs up for the Scan and Cut class, do you get the supply list? You do. The Scan and Cut class, I think, is tomorrow.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge would be we couldn't get the kit to you in time.
But if you're doing the virtual class, yes, you should get the supply list. So did you do it? And I didn't send you the supply list. All right. This is flying by the seat of our pants. So I will call you and then we'll figure everything out. What else?
And then Cindy West said, good morning. Do you have to buy the pattern for Minky Kim for this sling bag?
The pattern you purchase from Minky Kim, she doesn't sell it to the retailer. Yes. That's a good thing to know, right? You buy the pattern directly from Minky Kim.
I want these.
Okay, we'll find the fabric and then I'll teach you how to sew.
No, I think you should sew.
They're really cute, right? You know what I love too?
I just think this is like, you know.
We have so many placemats in our house that aren't like, I just like these because they're, wash, they get dirty, just throw them in the laundry, take them out.
We have whatever. We have matching placemats. You made those placemats with the jelly roll, but they're like more like Christmas colors.
I did they're winter, and I did it was the Jacquarda pattern. Some of you have done the June Taylor placemats. She also has a Jacquarda, and I think there's another one. And then I even embroidered Patrick's name on it.
And she didn't embroider anybody else's name on it.
I think I just did it as a demo in the store. I had it in the store. I was like, look how easy it is for me to embroider this name. And I used the camera and then I just placed it where I want and stitched it out.
But like these, like, I think these are super pretty. Like, and do they make that in a jelly roll? Like you said, jelly roll?
Yeah. This is God, now I'm feeling like a big loser that I don't have that jelly roll. But just grab any jelly roll. You have plenty to make. I think if you had one jelly roll, you could do 12 of them. It's a lot of fabric because you're just using strips. All right. Do we miss anything?
Susan Alba is saying for hometown, Riley Blake has a bunch of corrected files on their website. Before starting, everybody should check those out, especially for those of us who got the original USBs. That's good info.
Yeah, that is really good info. And I think what I'll do is when we start the sew along, I'll remind people of that. But thank you so much. It takes a village and we need to help each other have like the best results possible. So that is Karen, did you see that?
Oh, this is Karen. Is this Karen Bowles?
Yeah, Karen made that.
Okay.
Did you see Patrick stealing
No,
your
I'm not
placemat?
stealing your placemat. I thought either you or Michelle or somebody.
I'll see if I can get the fabric and all. He never wants anything I make. So for
That's
him to
not true.
Oh, well, last night we were in search of our bowl cozies. Patrick's like, where are all the bowl cozies? We could only find one.
No, I found the second one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
It was like under all the water bottles.
Because we had red beans and rice in bed.
It was a cozy evening.
And I did spend time answering emails. So hopefully, obviously, Chris, I didn't make it to every email. I was just kind of following up and then, okay, our store email, which is the A-1 vacuum and sewing. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what our store email.
A1 RenoVacandSew.net or whatever.
Yeah. I said to Patrick, have you checked that email in a while? And he's like, I can't remember the last time I checked it. And I was like, I can't remember the last time I checked it. So there were like some emails that had been there for like a week. That's our least checked email. But I think I made it through. And then I will get back to everyone else. And I do remind people, if you haven't heard from me, send me another email because I'm never trying to ignore you. Sometimes they just kind of, and then next thing you know.
Well, and like, it's like the same thing happens to me with phone messages. I'm like, not to say that your phone message isn't important, but sometimes I'm like, I get to the end of the day and I'm like, that's going to tomorrow. Like, and so that just happens sometimes.
Okay.
We did very quietly at some point reach 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed and you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And you'll also find that the algorithm starts feeding you more stuff like this too.
Yeah, and if you accidentally ever give us a thumbs down, you can undo the thumbs down.
By just clicking the thumbs down again.
I know that because I gave my own video a thumbs down.
She's like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm like, just hit it again.
I was like, it's the first time I ever liked something, and instead of liking, I disliked. That's what happened.
That's so genie.
So that is so me. So, I went on to, we are going to be doing punch needle. But I haven't been able to, they have this stuff on the Kimberbell site for the retailer and then they took it down. So I wasn't able to, get it back up again. Okay. So, and my rep said it doesn't come out until January, but we will have it and we will do it at a special price and we are going to be doing it. And I didn't realize that Michelle Burrett is a punch needle expert. Maybe she'll be.
Oh, is she really?
So she was telling me she's been doing punch needle and she puts them on her stairs, not where you step, but I think, how a step is like this. I think she puts it on this part so you can see it and it's so pretty as you go up the steps. I think that's what I understood. And so when she comes, I was like, oh, can you bring your punch needle stuff in? So I think she's going to be, so maybe you'll do some of them with a punch needle expert, and then sometimes you'll do them with a punch needle beginner like me. And that way I can be like,
that way the experience is real. It's raw.
And flawed. But
there's no panicking.
But I did do punch needle before, and I don't think it's that hard. But I'm sure Michelle Burrett will have some tips and tricks for us to help you avoid the pitfalls. But yes, we are going to be doing it.
Hey, can we?
We weren't one. I don't know. I don't think we're one of the 13 trial stores.
Well, but
I don't know why.
We are doing it. So
we are doing it.
They said
they called
a small
us.
Group.
They called us. They called us later, and I did do a meeting with my rep about it, but I don't know. And I was like, I want to be part of the trial, and then I didn't hear anything back. And I think they were trying to select like an assortment of small, large. That's what I was told. All right.
We don't play the game that well.
So, but we're gonna do it because we love everything Kimberbell.
So,
Okay.
I just want to talk for 1 second because I feel like
LaDonna,
we.
if your email is about the bobbin winder, it's been ordered. Is that what it's about?
So the wait. So we've been getting a lot of calls, and this is not a complaint, like, but we've been getting a lot of calls from our out of town customers to discuss their technical problems on their machines. And so the reality is there are simply issues where the machine needs to go to a shop. I don't know what else to say about that, because what I feel like happens, and I am not talking about anybody specifically. I always get nervous when I have these conversations that, like, somebody that called in the last couple of days about a technical issue is like, oh my God, he's talking about me. I'm not. I'm just talking in general. But what you're going to hear from me in a lot of circumstances is take the machine in. And our shop works a little differently than most. Like, somebody just told me about a shop in Northern California where, like, if you want to be able to, like, go in and actually talk to somebody, like, the day you take the machine in, it's $250 a year for that access. You can come in and talk to me pretty much anytime. And if I can't look at it right away, like, we'll look at it relatively quickly. But the reality is there are going to be occasions where you got to take the machine in. And it doesn't matter the last time you took it in. It doesn't matter what you were doing. It really doesn't matter if you have video of it. Most of you are like, I have a video. I'm like, don't show it to me. Like video, quite frankly, it's a waste of time.
Wow. Yeah, I
For
don't think it's a
tech.
waste of time.
It is, because we have to actually see what's going on, and it never sounds the same in the video, and it's hard to see in the video. Sometimes what you're videoing isn't even where the problem is. And so, I just want to go through simple rules of thumb. When your machine is having an issue, rethread. And that doesn't mean just do exactly what you were doing every time you were trying to do it. It means totally unthread the machine and rethread. Open your bobbin area. Pull your bobbin case out. Make sure there's no damage to your bobbin case. Anybody who hasn't done our brother accessories class, where we talk about the brother bobbin cases and what they look like and what they shouldn't look like and when they need to be replaced, the reality is you should do that class. Like, if you didn't buy your machine here, it's a nominal fee for a class about accessories that's really worth doing. But check that stuff out. Rethread, make sure everything is threaded correctly. If it's a brother or baby lock machine and you're having embroidery issues, make sure your embroidery foot height is set to factory. And then if the machine's still having a problem and you call us, what I'm going to tell you is take it to a shop. I'm not a big flosser. Like, people always ask, can I floss my machine? Yeah, you can floss your machine. But if there's really a problem in there, it's just not something that seems to help all that often. Like, sometimes you get lucky and you get some thread out of there. Sometimes you don't. But the reality is sometimes the machine's a little off, or there's something little in there that just needs to be addressed. Like, we had a customer that brought us a machine that had a ton of thread wrapped around their check spring, and we fixed that. The customer went to a retreat for a number of days and the machine worked great. And then the machine started having a problem again. And it's like, if you do all those steps, like if you've rethreaded the machine and you know the machine is threaded through the take-up lever, and you know that the bobbin case is okay and everything is threaded correctly and the machine's not working, it's just time to take it to a shop. And I get it. A lot of areas don't work like we do, where like if I'm seeing something simple, we'll sign it in, and our turnaround is often much faster than most shops. Sometimes if there's nothing going on, sometimes we'll look right then and there and try to turn it around to keep it from the shop. But like sometimes that's just how it works. And I get the resistance to that, because the thing that I hear all the time is that panic. I'm in the middle of a project. Of course you're in the middle of a project, because that's when you're sewing. You're in the middle of a project. That's when problems happen. But sometimes it just requires a visit to a shop. And you know, that's fine. I'm not saying don't call us if we have the time. Like, you have to work on our schedule, right? So like if you call and we're busy, we'll have to call you back. I think most people get called back. I'd say 89% of the people that
Sometimes
call
you
get
might have
called
to
back.
call us once or twice.
Or like sometimes it waits for a couple of days. But like if you're in, I got to pick some place where nobody's ever called me from. Like I don't know, if you're from
Willimantic.
like Willimantic, Connecticut.
That's where I grew up.
If you're from Willimantic, Connecticut, and you call me with the technical problem and my shop is busy, you're going to wait for me to call you back, because I also know that when we get to that point where I can't solve your problem, you're going to take it to a shop in Willimantic. While I would love to see your machine and help you here, that just isn't always possible. So, you know, it's just something to remember. Like those are the things that you want to do. Like, is there anything else that you could think of that people want to do? Check your bobbin case, recheck your threading, rethread all the way from the beginning to the end, and check your embroidery foot or your sewing foot height.
There's lots
like
of different
go to
things.
factory settings and make sure you're at factory settings. But like if you've done all those things and the machine just isn't performing, sometimes it just needs to go to somebody that can go to a level deeper.
Yeah, and sometimes even if you just had it serviced, there can be an incident that it's kind of like taking your car to go get serviced and then you hit something.
Get a flat tire.
Yeah.
It's just like you get unlucky.
Sometimes stuff like that just happens.
Well, and it's funny that the customer I was referring to that we saw pre and post retreat, like I can't remember, but there were two different thread colors. Like one problem was one thread color, the other problem was another thread color. So, you know, just sometime during her retreat or after her retreat, she got another chunk of thread in a different part of the machine that just needed to be cleared out. Sometimes that is, that's just something that happens.
I like never, I rarely have any issues.
Well, you also have a tech that lives in the house. Like you have somebody that pulls your machine apart when there are issues. So
how often do you need to do that?
Almost never.
Yeah. I am having an issue with my 10 needle where I can't pull my thread down past one of my thread guides on number 2.
And that's it. Like you asked me to fix it, but that's something that's hard because I can't get a screw into where I need to loosen everything.
But
like I actually have to pull the covers off to do
it's
that.
super, super rare, but because I'm amazing. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
A lot of it.
I'm totally kidding.
I mean, a lot of it.
I'm lucky.
No, but you also know all the steps to follow.
Well, I know what to look for.
You also like, I think
I did have a memory issue.
You know what's so funny is like, I don't think I've ever repaired your threader on any of your machines. I don't think I've ever had a threader go bad. So, but like, you know, the reality is sometimes it's just easier to take it to the shop. And I know it's less convenient for some of you than others. But that's the reality. So
there, you had your reality check today. All right. What else do we have to talk about?
So Krista says sometimes there are mobile techs. There aren't too many mobile authorized techs. Although I just had, oh, that reminds me of something. I just had, like, there's a guy up in like Montana who worked for Bernina in Chicago and retired to Billings. And so what's funny is some of my people that are up there in areas where it's remote and there are no shops, like he'll go do the work. And I've actually talked to the guy about Brother Machines because there are customers that have bought Brother Machines up there that are customers of ours, where he'll call me and we'll work together and figure stuff out. And I can send them parts if necessary. But I don't know if I don't know a lot about mobile techs. That said, so the number one handy quilter dealer in the country and I are good buddies. And so I recently had a conversation with him where I think he's going to make a trip into Reno with he's coming to do some service on a couple of long arms here for me. For any of my baby lock, handy quilter, Bernina long arm gals, like anything like that, call me. Because what I think would make sense, he was like, I told him I'd mention it to the live stream. And if any of my local ladies in the greater Reno area, so Reno, Fernley, Fallon, Carson, Minden, that whole thing, he might come spend a day or two here and just go to each house and do service in house.
Yeah, so you don't have to bring it
in. So you don't have to bring it in. And so if you are one of those people, reach out to the store and let me know. And I'm going to create a list and see if we can make that happen. And the guy I was referring to that's up in Montana services some of our customers' machines in places like Red Lodge, like a customer that's outside of Spokane. I have a customer in Southern Washington that he's serviced before, and he is just on his own. He is not with a shop. And I don't know how these ladies have heard about him. I think he's in touch with Quilt Guilds up there. So yeah, long arm ladies that would want in-home service, let me know. What else?
I want to remind you that the Joy Lace stocking, that's going to be our next digital dealer. There's a free Zoom. And if you want to get kits, get them now so that we can send them out. So you have them on time. The Zoom class isn't until November 8th. It's November 8th, but you know, I don't like rushing. So get your kit now. And there is a thread kit that goes with that too, if you want to get the thread kit. And of course, I'm not prepared, so I don't have it here to show you, but we'll show you next time.
I'm just, do we carry the Stripology rulers? And if so, do they ever go on sale? They're on sale right now.
Yes, Krissa, call me. I mean, well,
15%.
Are we gonna do yeah, we're not allowed to put a map pricing for the Stripology ruler is retail pricing.
And is it on the website at retail?
Oh yeah, because it's map pricing.
So Krissa, if you buy the rulers in the next 2 days,
well, just call me.
We'll refund. No, it's easier if she just does it online.
Well, because I'm gonna forget.
No, I won't forget. So if you do it in the next couple of days, just do it online and I'll refund 15% back to you.
Yeah, and they're fantastic. And since we're sending some other stuff out, we can all send it out all together. So.
And do you do a thread set for the mug rugs?
I am not doing a thread set because it would probably be like 40, 50 colors. There's a lot. It's because there's 10 different mug rugs, all with different colors in them. So there will be no thread set for the mug rugs. Yeah. But almost everything else, like if you're like, I want a thread set for this, just let me know and I'll put it together for you. We'll brown box special almost anything at this point, but not mug rugs because it's just too many colors. Yeah.
Are you doing a sew long tomorrow afternoon? You're going to go home at like noon and do a sew long, right?
I'm going to go home.
She's going to work from home tomorrow afternoon. But are you going to sew along or just catch up, or what is the plan?
I don't know. The plan is there is no plan. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? Is that what they say? I will be doing something. And so Michelle has a Scan-A-Cut class in the morning, and I don't want to I mean, that's only him. I'll probably go home mid-afternoon and I'll live feed something. So let me see what I can get together. I'm gonna
UFO. Maybe you could do what is Cindy West asking about all the time?
Hello, sunshine. Yeah, maybe I'll do. I did left bicycle. Maybe I'll do right bicycle and pineapple.
Do hello sunshine.
I was thinking I was going to be doing hello sunshine, but I also, you know what? I'm going to tell you yes. So just show up for a sit and sew. I don't know if I'll be on at noon or 1, somewhere around there. I'm just going to pop on, and I'm just going to be stitching. Happy birthday, Carol Oakland. Happy birthday. It popped up on our calendar. Carol Oakland. Happy birthday, Carol Oakland.
So
she's like 22 again.
For the second time.
Yeah, because she really is like 22. She's a baby.
So
she's one of those ones that's gonna keep the industry going. You gotta put them in the funnel. You gotta keep putting them in. Carol's one that jumped in, and she was
that was such a interesting start to the relationship. Like when she came in first and she was brand new to quilt shops, and then
I don't know if she was brand new quilt shops. She was brand new to our shop.
She was brand new to our shop. She was like, man, this place is dirty. I don't know what I think about these people.
It's prettier down the street, but everyone goes, this makes me feel comfortable. It's like my sewing room. It's not dirty. It's just, there's a lot of stuff. I like to think you know what I like to think? I think this shop looks like the inside of my brain.
You know what I think this shop looks like? It looks like the inside of a lot of your sewing rooms.
Yeah, it looks like the inside of our brain. So some people come in there. Remember when we started working with Peter, and he's like, many people have tried to clean this up and they've failed. And then,
and sometimes people, our friends are like, we're going to help you clean it up. I'm like, good luck.
Well, it only lasts for a little while.
Clean for like 2 days, and then 15 vacuums and 8 sewing machines, and stuff gets sold and boxes get thrown in a huge pile. It's just, it's a lot.
So, Betty, you know what holds me up too in finishing some stuff, because I want to film it. So, Thomas Kincaid Midnight Delivery, mine is done, but I really wanted to film like how I put it all together. I cut apart and I pressed all my blocks except for one strip. Because
is that filmed?
Maybe I'll film that tomorrow.
No, but did you film the...
No, because you don't have to see it all. I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me press everything, but I kept one strip so I can show you how I cut it apart, how I press it. And then I'll trim them too. So, yeah, I wanted to film it, and that's why that hasn't been done. But 90% of it is cut apart and pressed, and I just kept a little bit so that I could film it for you and then put it together. But this weekend, I think we'll be able to get it done this weekend. Because I want to film, I like a lot of stuff I want to film for you. So if you've never put together a tiling scene, you go, oh, okay, I can do that. The trick for your tiling scene, I think sewing it all together is number 1, get a PQ 1600. I don't know, because I've never sewn one together on my PQ 1600, but I'm doing it this time because that thing is just up and over thickness. And water, getting it moist, because that's going to help it fold out easier. And I'm using Annette was telling me she did her last one with a pressing bar, and so I've never tried that, and I'm going to try that this time. I'm going to try the pressing bar to get those seams to like lay as flat as I can. So there's lots of new things I'm going to try in this one. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's going to be amazing. Did we answer everything?
I think so. Onward and upward.
Oh, any news on this? Okay. I emailed my rep.
The news on software is wait.
Yeah, but I emailed him and he was like, they're gonna ship in 2 weeks. And then I emailed him again and he goes, don't expect it anytime soon. And then he emailed me back the next day going, what did he say? He said something
Expect
like,
it soon.
yeah. You must think I'm psycho, but it's really not me, it's my rep. I'm just kidding. Because those were my replies. So I'm hesitant to give you any information, but since the Avenir is going to be coming out and it's a bundle for the Avenir, I think it's going to be sooner.
Well, and he sent me something about
Software.
shipping. Well, like I think they're shipping us bundles early. And so
I did get shipping confirmation on, I think we're owed maybe like
bi-level feet.
Yeah, I got shipping confirmation
for
on
7.
No, it was 7 and 6. So
For
13
13.
bi-level feet, but I'm filling them in order, and there's about 20, close to 30 of you that are waiting. So about half of you will get some, will be reached out about the right bi-level foot. But and then software, I don't know. I'd say soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sometime in the next couple of weeks,
Yeah, maybe
we will get software.
Maybe, but probably, but we're not sure. That should be your answer for everything, because then you're not on the hook for anything.
You just go, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
All
like
right.
I tell the employees here, the most powerful thing you can say is I don't know, because it absolves you of responsibility for answering that question.
Yeah, Joanne, when Suzanne and Dana were talking about which ones they're going to stitch, because they're just going to stitch one out. It'll get you to get your kit out, get started on it. Sometimes, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I feel like a giant boulder on the top of a hill that's just sitting there. And I need a push. And once you push me, I start
Then she starts
stitching
rolling
like crazy.
so fast, she just starts crushing everything in her path.
Yeah.
But then she can't
And then
stop.
I go on to another hill. And then I need a lift. So that's what we hope to be for you guys sometimes. We hope to be that, like, to get you rolling down and using all that stuff that's in your sewing room. So yes.
So Debbie Takashima asked if
I have
Warm
that.
and Cozy greeting cards are still available. We still have them.
Yeah, I'll
We
give you
have them
I'll
at,
give
like,
you a
crazy
deal.
price too.
I think we could do those at half off. So Debbie, let me know you want that. I can't remember if I had some other orders for you. I think I do. If I didn't send them already. Okay, I think we're ready.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Are we? I don't know.
We should get started for the day.
Okay.
We're gonna get started for the day. Have a great day. Be creative and make something awesome. Michelle's doing her skin and cut class tomorrow. She's not in the store today. She's at home being creative. And then I will live feed something tomorrow afternoon. And I'm feeling a little hello sunshine. But it might just be
You
like,
better not say that and not do it.
Wouldn't that be fun if that No, I'm just kidding. All right, we will see you later, guys. Have a great day.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I think